Shedeur Sanders, a falling star or just misunderstood? The NFL Draft is a time for rising stars to make their mark, but for Shedeur Sanders, the 2023 event seemed like more of a crash landing than a launch into the spotlight. Once considered a top 5 overall pick, Sanders fell all the way to the 5th round, landing at number 144 with the Cleveland Browns. So, what happened? Why did the promising quarterback slip so far, especially when he seemed to be on the rise just a few months ago? Attitude concerns and bad first impressions. It's not uncommon for players to face a bit of scrutiny before the draft, but in Sanders' case, the negativity seemed to pile on. Reports leading up to the event painted a less-than-flattering picture of his interactions with coaches and NFL staff. One source even went so far as to call his formal interview the worst they had ever seen, claiming that Sanders came off as entitled. Ouch. But it didn't stop there. Sources close to the draft process pointed out Sanders' lack of enthusiasm in several meetings, including one with the New York Giants. It's strange, right? For a quarterback with such potential, these kinds of reports don't help his case. The pre-draft process is about making connections, showing maturity, and building trust, and unfortunately, Sanders didn't seem to check all those boxes. The CBS incident, a red flag? One particularly memorable incident was recounted by CBS analyst Ross Tucker, and it left a few heads scratching. Sanders was scheduled to meet with CBS broadcasters ahead of a game against Colorado State. The meeting had been pushed back to accommodate his treatment for an injury, but, according to Tucker, Sanders didn't show up at all. When Tucker went to check on him, he found Sanders sitting in the back of a pickup truck outside the hotel. No explanation was given for his absence, and Tucker couldn't help but wonder, was this a sign of a deeper issue? Tucker shared his thoughts on the Dan Patrick Show, mentioning how unusual it was for a high-profile player, especially a starting quarterback, to skip such an important meeting. He even speculated that this could be part of a pattern, Sanders avoiding responsibilities and doing things non-traditionally. It made NFL scouts wonder, if this is how he behaves in college, what's he going to be like in the pros? The draft slide, a cautionary tale? After all the build-up, it wasn't just the Giants who passed on Sanders. Despite his talent, the draft saw other quarterbacks, Tyler Shaw, Jalen Milroe, and Dillon Gabriel, taken ahead of him, with Gabriel also going to the Browns. By the time the 5th round rolled around, Sanders' name was called, but it wasn't the type of call he had probably envisioned. From top 5 expectations to a 5th round reality, it must have been a humbling moment. So, is Shedeur Sanders a cautionary tale of talent overshadowed by attitude? Maybe. Or maybe he's just a young player still figuring things out. The NFL is a world where first impressions count, and if Sanders' attitude or approach rubbed teams the wrong way, that could have played a major role in his fall. What's next for Sanders? Now that the draft is over, the real question is, can Sanders turn things around? The Cleveland Browns are known for taking risks on players with raw potential, so this could be an opportunity for Sanders to prove that his talent can outshine the drama. But he'll need to work on his professionalism and make sure that the next time an opportunity comes his way, he doesn't let it slip away like he did before. Only time will tell if Sanders is the quarterback of the future or just another case of a talented player who couldn't get out of his own way. One thing's for sure, the NFL's eyes are on him, and the pressure is on to show that he's more than just a bad interview.